Jarrett Goes to the Movies is a free, commercial-free podcast made possible by our amazing supporters. Please take a moment and visit jarrettgoestothemovies.com.
Let's go.
Click Support Us and see how you can unlock tons of exclusive content, be a part of the show, and much more for as little as $1 a month. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show. Oh, and listener discretion is advised.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Jarrett Reddick, and this is a podcast. It's called Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Each week, we get together and talk about a movie that we watched that week, plus whatever the hell else is on our minds. And we're glad you're here.
I challenge you to a duel, sir. I don't know, Nate. You know how mad Paul gets when we play with his machetes. Come on, Dewey. There's nothing wrong with a little machete fighting. Now, on guard! Do you yield, sir? Never! Prepare to meet your maker. Dewey! Nate! I'm halved! Oh, we should have listened to Paul. Dewey, I'm cut in half pretty bad. In case I don't make it, then you have to be double great for the both of us. Wow, that's a lot of pressure, Nate. You can handle it, Dewey. Now run, get Paul! Holy shit.
Gonna look him in the eye, and by God, I'll say I gave my word and my word was good. I took it in the face and I walked as hard as I could. Walk hard.
Oh, man.
Walk hard.
I gotta tell you.
Walk hard. Walk hard.
I mean, this movie is so important. It's such an important film. And I'll tell you why. Because on the Bowling for Soup bus, there's usually one movie that will stick around from like tour to tour or whatever for like a while. And you know, it's Anchorman was back when Anchorman was out, we were on the same bus all the time because we were on tour a ton. Not out, but you know, when we were watching that all the time. And we had the bus on lockdown. So there in your bunk, you basically back then you didn't really have TV on your phone. And in fact, some of us didn't even have, I might have had a Sidekick at the time, but we would have we would have it rigged up to where on the TV in your bunk, Anchorman showed 24 hours a day, or you could watch 70s porn on repeat, or ESPN, or then there would be some news channel on.
What a look behind the curtain.
Right, are you kidding?
A touring rock band.
Isn't that great? And and so, you know, and if you didn't like them, and they were watching Family Guy up front all the time. So if you didn't like watching Family Guy, you had 4 other choices.
I would have gone with the porn.
Yeah, the 70s porn was good. It's just, you know, there's only a certain amount of stuff you can do.
That's not true.
Well, you know, I don't know. Maybe. No?
Just depends on how
There
adventurous
wasn't as much
you are.
stuff in the 70s.
What do you mean stuff?
I'm just joking. There's only as much stuff as you can do.
My name is Jarrett. It's great to have you guys here. I just got back from tour, as I said, and we got so far ahead, but now we've got to get ahead again. So we're going to be here. If you're watching the live stream, we will be here again on Friday and then again the following Monday. So set your fucking calendar for that. You're not going to miss that. You're not going to want to miss this.
Day planner.
This is amazing. But the tour was good. I'm just glad to be home. I'm glad to be back doing this podcast. I got so many people coming up to me saying that they love the show. So many people wearing the merch to the gigs. And, you know, that always feels good when somebody's into one of your things and they're equally as into something else. One person was just like, yeah, I didn't even know you guys were still a band, but I found the podcast and now I'm here to see you play. So
works both ways.
We did it. Yeah. We're promoting Bowling for Soup, as if, you know, because they fucking need it. With me, as always, is Eric.
Hi, Jarrett.
Now, how was trivia with me gone? You canceled the 1 week because I wasn't here.
No, I canceled the 1 week because it was the 4th of July celebration.
Oh, I must have misunderstood.
The flyover.
I must have.
The week before was fine. Hardly.
Yeah, they actually threw a huge fucking party here because you were gone.
Yeah, hardly realized you were not there.
Wow. Did the one asshole that always like says some shit, was he there? I actually did a whole, that motherfucker, I did a whole speech about that fuck, like telling everybody how shitty that guy is.
Like
just like telling my
tour?
band on the bus. Yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah.
on tour, just like what a shitty fucking person.
Isn't
that
it
guy.
cool when you meet somebody who's just that shitty?
They
that
suck
you can
so
just
bad.
tell everybody about it.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And it doesn't happen often. I'm actually not a shit talker. I don't really talk shit.
Sure.
I fucking hate that guy.
But that guy deserves it.
And man, I talked about him in other states. That's how bad I fucking hate him.
Reputation's getting
To
around.
people that will never ever
You better watch out.
know who he is. You know? I mean, I'm gonna fucking ruin that motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, look, I will be excited to see you tomorrow night. It'll be good.
It'll be good. Yeah, and but I am glad to be back doing this. And I hope you got some time. And you said the baby's sleeping through the night. That's big news.
Yes, I didn't want to jinx it, but
Holy shit. Well, I said it.
fucking finally.
Yeah.
I woke up at 8 o'clock yesterday.
Whoa.
It was amazing.
PM? Because that's what I did.
No, it was still AM.
Sorry.
But it was magical. The difference between me on 4 hours of sleep and then 7 or 8 hours of sleep is
2 inches.
night and day. I'm a grower, not a shower.
No, that's what I meant. I meant that. Like when you rest. Same, by the way.
Don't
like,
look at it.
my fucking
Yet.
soft one is like an innie. It's like a
Yeah, but then all of a sudden,
high.
you
Yeah,
know,
then it's fine.
Watch enough 70s porn,
shit works, you know.
and then it's an angry 3 inches. I'll tell you
Sure,
that.
100%. Yeah, you ever see it's head
Anyway.
rig and the angry.
More about your
3
weenie.
inches. I do like to talk about it. I make a living doing that, but I just got back from tour. We don't have to talk about that's all I talk about during the shows.
No, we can talk about important shit.
We can talk about the movie.
Ross Perot,
Oh my god, that's insane.
R.I.P.
Yeah. We were talking about that.
We were trying to think of creative trivia team names.
My
I can't wait to figure out. or
my
find
lovely
out what it
wife
is.
Casey is here.
Hello,
And
I'm here.
I am so sorry I do not have your intro music.
I'm not. I'm over it.
So sorry.
It just seems like a time waster.
Everybody loves it. Everybody loves it. In fact, I had somebody come
I
up
like
to
when I have
me.
the animated smoke, but I need the strobe.
Somebody came up to me during the tour. They were like, "Man, it's so cool because I like that chopped in half song almost as much as I did the free U2 album that they made us take off iTunes."
That still plays every time I plug my phone into my car. I think I'm the only person that still has that.
Well, I still have it on there.
I was in an Uber and the guy plugged his phone in and that started playing and I was like, "Oh, you too? Like you also experience you too?" Because I had, and he just looked at me like I was a fucking moron. It made no sense. I don't think he even understood that he was just gifted that by U2 in
The
2000
fucking
and something.
It's the funniest thing because the deal is that people could just erase it. And I also don't think that anybody should be able to put some shit on your phone or whatever. But at
It's
the
like when
same
Donald Trump texted everybody and it's just a violation.
at the same time, it's
not
just like if you did that happen? Did he text everybody?
Remember that was like a thing?
Oh, it was like
The
it
presidential
didn't happen though.
emergency thing. Yeah. No, some people got it.
Oh, they did.
I didn't get it.
I don't know. I mean, it's that Apple obviously owns the thing and they could do that, but there were so many. I've never seen more people get more pissed off about getting something for free. in my
Why
time.
did it have to be you two?
I'd like to know how many fucking plays they
They're
have
tight
of that
with
first
Apple.
song
Yeah.
on iTunes.
You know, the thing about it is, at the time that they did that, though, they were arguably the biggest band in the world. They really were. And I think everybody thought they were doing
It
us
was
a
kinda
fucking
late.
favor.
It was kind of late.
It was late. At the
I'll
time.
get to like the
Yes.
fourth song sometimes and not realize I've even been listening to it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
Same.
fuck. Like I feel violated.
You're right. You're exactly right. I think that at the time they started planning it, they needed to be releasing it. And
I bet the
think-
first
yeah.
2 songs on there have like the most listens on iTunes ever.
I bet it's got to be something crazy, right?
When does it start counting a play?
It has
on
to.
iTunes?
I do believe it does have to go through like a certain amount of seconds.
30
It's like
seconds.
30 seconds on YouTube. YouTube, though, like a video, it has to be like a certain percentage of the video. Is that correct? To get a play? I don't know.
I just know.
Sean, you don't know everything?
I just know the 30 seconds.
With us is Silent Sean, 316, who is no longer silent.
Dude, it's been like a year.
Silent Sean 316. I don't know. I just start calling you
Sometimes
Sean.
I thought Silent went away.
The silent went away.
Well, I guess I do. My waveform's always smaller than everybody else's.
Yeah, you keep yourself really low in the mix.
We don't want to talk about the gain.
Not a lot.
Oh, 'cause
not
that's me.
Not
That's
a lot
a
to
dig at-
contribute.
That's
316.
That's a fucking dig at me because I'm loud. And
What?
Yeah.
No, remember we're talking about the mics.
Who
I know
told
what we're
you that?
talking
Who
about.
told you that? Because I'm
Yeah.
gonna find him. Because that's rude.
I
And
always
not
heard
true.
somebody told me that Chris Cornell was a really quiet singer, and they were just like, "Yeah, man," because his monitor feeds back all the time because they have to turn him up really, really loud or whatever. And I was just like, "Well, I don't have that fucking problem." I do not have that problem. Lucy Murray, there she is.
Jared Reddick.
Lucy Murray wants to be better. Now you've been in a couple of times since the great Scott throwing up in a.
Yeah.
Lift.
That was one of the most epic finishes to a podcast ever, because it was at that point, like at the end of that night, we had all been drinking a bunch. And it was like, we've got to get more booze. And then we send this motherfucker to some girl's house that doesn't want him over there. He rips the American flag out of the ground and bends the thing over on accident, by the way. And it was like, party's over. That's the end of that.
I saw you still have an American flag out there, though.
Not still have. It just gets put up for you. Apparently, you only come around during
Patriotic
holidays.
holidays.
Yeah.
Who does it?
Memorial Day, 4th of July.
The
old dudes.
not the Shriners, Kiwanis.
Nope.
Knights of Columbus.
No.
Rotary Club.
Kiwanis.
Are you sure?
It's the Rotary Club for sure.
Yeah. Then the fucking Boy Scouts
Yeah.
come through here, like they fucking own the place.
Tried to move in on their turf.
Yeah. And so I'm all for. At first, I was like, I don't know, is this douchey or not? But no, like I'm mad because they mark your house with a star. Like,
Yeah.
weird. The Boy Scouts do.
too?
Yeah. So you know which one's fucking like switched over to the Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
And just screwed over
Fucking
the Rotary
traitors.
Club.
I
Yeah.
seem to remember the 1940s. We marked things
That's
with
what
stars.
I'm saying. It was a bad sign from the beginning.
Didn't work out well.
You know what the problem is that nobody eats carbs anymore, so the Boy Scout popcorn just didn't fucking sell
That
in.
shit was always gross.
Are you serious? I thought
Southern
that there were
politics.
people.
Everybody wants one tiny pinch of the cheese one and a bigger handful of the caramel, and then you're fucking done.
Is
The
that it?
bucket's too big.
It comes in a bucket with all three kinds. Is
Yes,
that the
it's
deal?
the worst.
I don't really like pre-popped popcorn.
My mom uses the Boy Scouts. Traitor.
Oh man, that is it. We are never swimming in that pool again. Actually, no. Take that back.
Yeah, it's like pit singers too. Don't,
Yeah,
don't
I
start
take
making
that-
those
okay,
correct.
shit. John Eimer is here. There he is.
Hello.
Now, John is one of my favorite people ever, and was at our 30th or our 25th anniversary. And now, after the 25th anniversary show, we had an after party at the club, and then that moved to our bus for some people. And John was the drunkest person that's ever lived.
John and I bonded over fireball shots at
We've bonded over some of
3
those.
o'clock in the morning.
I don't even remember that.
Actually, that's not true. John was not the drunkest person in the world. The drunkest person in the world was Casey's dad's friend, who we love and who does some
Rich?
awesome,
He was on the
awesome.
podcast.
No,
Oh,
does
what?
stuff around our house sometimes, and we love him. But he was so drunk,
Oh, yeah.
he told people he was from the future.
Did
and
he?
was making like full-on convincing arguments about how he had come back to the past. Or
And I
whatever.
think he hit up some free merch going like, Jarrett's father-in-law needs.
It's good to be back, guys. I am so glad we're here. So glad we're talking about this movie. Let's take care of a little bit of business and then let's get into Walk Hard. I do need to say our Patreon supporters have been amazing. It's I feel like we're out of touch when we get 3 or 4 episodes done in advance. Like I feel like we're not doing anything, but we front load the work. As I said, we'll be here quite a bit over the next week or so. And then, but you guys have been great. Thank you guys for all the interactions and the sharing and all that stuff. We have some new supporters on Patreon. If you want to be part of the winning team, why not go to Patreon and check out Jarrett Goes to the Movies. Here's an announcement. The first 19 episodes of this podcast will only be available on Patreon after the next couple of days. Here's why. Those episodes aren't any good. And so we're putting our best foot fucking forward.
They're
First
gone.
19?
Yeah, why
First
not?
40 are not good.
Why not start with 20, The Notebook, where I cry?
Which
You know?
one was Fight Club?
Oh, I don't know. Why is that one
one's
good?
gotta go.
Arthur?
Why, you didn't like Fight Club?
No, it was the worst
No.
podcast of all time.
Yeah. I don't know. All of these decisions have been made. Not really. No, we literally talked about it for a minute and a half.
The Notebook
Yeah.
should stay.
Yeah, I guess we should do that. I don't know.
That is exactly what happened. All right. I want to thank Sir Sean Blackstone of Yorkshire, a new $20 producer. You're going to hear his name every single week. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Holt is back. He went from $5 to $35, meaning you will now, he could actually send in a review for each movie, and you might be able to hear that and see it on the stream and hear it on the episode each and every week. I do need to tell you guys that this is a Daniel Cotton and David Dooley production. They are the corporate VPs of this podcast. And our sponsor, still for the next few months, Chris Cranfill. So not Cranhill, Cranfill. Our executive producers are Adam Craner, Amy Pittsinger, Andy Smith, Ashley C., Brian Mason, Brian Dunning, Chris Cranfill. There he is, Chris Holt, Daniel Cotton, and David Dooley, who just happen to be our corporate VPs and fall together in alphabetical order of our executive producers. David Murray, Diane Small, Don Petretta, Geraldine Darling, Greg Lee, Jared Spear, Jen King, Joel Robinson, John Eimer. There he is. He's sitting right over there. John Gickler, Josh Millman. Hey, I met Josh Millman, by the way. He's fucking tall.
Is he as handsome in person?
He
as
is super handsome. He's very, very handsome, but like you have no, like the dude's got to be 6'3",
No, hold on.
6'4".
So after you made that post, I texted him. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, I got to know, how tall are you? I was like, because I'm taller than Jared.
What did he say?
He's 6'4".
Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah.
Like the dude is fucking tall.
Mm.
Go
on.
Caught me. Go on. All right, here's the deal. Hold on. Imagine it's in 1973. Oh shit! No, go do that. We just talked about Chris Holt. Do it. Say what he said.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
he reached out to me on Facebook, kind of separate from the podcast page, to let me know that he had been listening to some of the recent episodes, really enjoyed them, and then after a brief conversation about soccer, or what they call football, association football, he mentioned that he was going to move his pledge up to $35. Partly due to our Take One segment.
Oh man, see, he's a music guy. He's a radio DJ or presenter, as they say over there.
They're going to call him DJs.
No, he's a presenter. Presenter. It's a silent T.
Good day, mate.
Presenter.
Okay.
Right.
Presenter.
Like, let's say electricity.
Okay.
There's like 3 silent T's in there.
Okay.
Yeah. That's you'll get it. One of these days I'm gonna take you over there. Fucking you'll get it. Pick it up in like 2 days.
He lives up north where it's harder to understand the accents.
He's kind of quiet. So when you talk to him in person, he's hard to understand. Sweetest dude ever.
Well, it was very nice of him to reach out. I was very surprised, and it was very heartfelt message. And it was
Wait,
very
Chris
nice.
Holt isn't the... Yeah, that's him. That's the guy.
Yeah.
I got I just got to
Not
mix
Chris
it.
Whitehead.
Yeah, exactly. I started second guessing myself. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, hard to understand English named Chris.
I met them at the same time, pretty much.
Yeah, because everybody was at that one London show or whatever.
Well, that was in Sheffield.
Okay,
They were
that's
up
right.
there.
That's right. Hey, Eric.
Hey.
Josh Millman.
What about him?
He's 6'4".
And looks like
When
Tony
he's
Romo.
6'4", and he looks like Tony
Will
Romo.
you
All right,
still need
we
me?
gotta fucking get out of this. Kim Murphy, Kirsty Fisher. Lisa Wenzel, Lucy Murray, Mandy Pretty, Michael Price, Mike Breton, Nick Brignoni, Paul Baums, Rodon James. There he is. My when I'm away, Rodon likes to text me and tell me when I fuck some shit up. He proofreads all my shit after I've posted it. Sean Blackstone, Simone Vark, who did not quit the podcast but did move to Houston. Shawnee Mae Griffiths, Steve May, good friend of mine, Tess Green, Trey Wren, Wendy Croft, Woody Chambers, your favorite record podcast, and Svi Hurst. Give it up for our producers. I want to say this. Some of these producers have been with us and been Patreon supporters for years. And I want to tell you guys, I know I read your name fast. I read your name fast because I'm trying to get to the meat of the podcast because, obviously that's what people are listening for or whatever. I I appreciate you. I really do. All of us appreciate you, and me going through that list every single week, and the fact that it stays that long and gets longer. I just appreciate things that start out small and get longer and can stay long for long periods of time.
Yeah, and the more you work at it,
just the longer.
Yeah.
That got weird quick. All right, we're talking about Walk Hard. The Dewey Cox story, 2007, 12 years. Again, we're going to talk about this in a second when we get to the cast. Hour and 36 minutes. Perfect length for a movie.
Yeah.
Movies are things that shouldn't get longer. You know what I mean?
Just stop right now. I've had it. I don't want to do this for the next 2 hours.
I feel like because there's some long clips.
Exhausting.
Yeah, I get it. I'm gonna be honest. I'm tired of it, and I just started doing it. All right, guys. Little trivia here. The screenplay for this film was featured in the 2006 Blacklist, a list of the most liked unmade scripts of the year. However, budget was $35 million, and this thing gross in the USA $18 million. There's no possible way that it hasn't made a shitload more money now because it's just on all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 6.8 on IMDb and 74% on Rotten Tomatoes. I still don't get it. I still don't understand who would it. The only way that you wouldn't think this movie is funny is if you just don't understand that it's a spoof. And you could be dead.
That's possible if you. I don't, because obviously the people who made the movie are in on the joke. Like the entire movie is that way. Yeah. So, but if you're not in on the joke, if you're not smart enough to be in on the joke, maybe you didn't like the movie.
I just feel like they let you in on it so fast,
so quickly,
so quick.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just the first scene of the movie, actually second scene of the movie. You're just in on it, right?
Yeah.
And that's just it.
I just realized that the IMDb, it's weird how it's listed.
It's listed in order of appearance.
Yeah, so I'm just going to cut out a lot of this.
Oh.
Cock what?
Cock?
I'm going to cut out a lot of this.
What are you cutting out?
They do the IMDb and list of appearance, and there's just a lot of people.
Oh, that's fine. I can handle it. I can do it. It's fine. I'll go through and it's fine. All right. So this movie obviously stars Nat Faxon, who is the award show stage manager.
Yes, he is. He's looking for him right before the show.
I mean, man,
what a performance!
What a role! I mean, he just kept having to say, "I'm looking for Cox," and
I need more Cox.
Hilarious. Thank God, John C. Reilly is next.
We have 2 good ones in a row.
Now, I've talked about this before. With my thing with John C. Reilly is that, and gosh, I mean, I don't remember what the last one that we did with him, but it wasn't that long ago. The first movie that I remember him being in was Boogie Nights. And I remember loving his character. I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. But I didn't think of him, even in that movie, as a comedy actor.
Yeah.
Now that I know that he's John C. Reilly, when I go watch it, he's a comedy actor in that movie. It's hilarious.
He's also a song and dance man. He was... he was in Chicago and did Mr. Cellophane was his kind of big thing. But yeah, he's a multi-talented guy. I remember him from Magnolia. Have you seen Magnolia
I have
before?
not. I want to get that on our list because that one comes up an awful lot.
Yeah, it's a really good film. And his role is smaller, but it's a really impactful, you guys seen it, or at least you have. It's a really impactful, dramatic role. It's not funny at all.
No.
Not much of that movie is. But he's super talented guy.
So I remember him from the 1990 hit Days of Thunder.
Okay.
He was the pit crew chief.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
So he's in Days of Thunder and then goes to be in Talladega Nights spoofing Days of Thunder.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
But in Days of Thunder, it wasn't comedy. It was a serious or regular role.
Tim Meadows is in this. Tim Meadows, I'm 1 degree of separation for him. He stars in the show Schooled, which Kelly and I do the theme song for. I am rooting that he's the greatest actor of all time in that, because I've never really thought he was that great. But, I mean, he is the ladies' man.
He's a ladies' man.
And I believe he's the longest running Saturday Night Live.
No, I think that's Keenan now.
Oh, you might be right.
Keenan's up to I think this is his last season.
Yeah.
I think he's been on there since 2001.
It's a long time. Yeah, I think you're right.
That's what I'm here for.
Connie Rayburn plays Dewey at age 8. Has he gone on to do something else? Is that why he's still on here, or am I still in alphabetical order?
You're in appearance, but no, that's the only thing he's done.
Oh, okay.
Oh, guys, this just in. Connor Rayburn.
Yeah.
Still alive.
Oh.
At the age of 20.
Oh, good. Thank God. Raymond J. Barry just does so great as being the paw. Now, Margot Martindale plays the mom. She's in everything. That
The
woman
Riches
is everything. She's in Sneaky Pete. She just, where there's a room for a mom, and her character in Sneaky Pete is fucking great because she's this, just, she's a fucking.
Have you finished season 3?
No, but she's a Bell Bonds person who doesn't give a shit, and but yeah.
God, if we could go one goddamn week without hearing about Sneaky Pete, it'd be awesome.
It's the new Lost. That was basically when Rich was here. Everything was lost all the time. I'm gonna come over and make you watch. Why do we talk about Sneaky Pete a lot?
We do
every week.
Oh, I think the reason
And
why
it's funny because season 3's been out for like a while, and we're not even like watching it.
I mean, we're not even like attempting to watch it
It's
at
good.
this point. Yeah. Well, we'll see if we can get in there and do that. All right, I'm going down this list here. That's it. That's all I got.
Kristen Wiig.
I don't have Kristen Wiig on here anymore. Did you delete some shit?
She wasn't even on there in the first place.
Oh, Kristen Wiig, who is only 5'4". I looked it up just in case.
Oh, so you met her in person?
No, I just had to make sure that if it does, in fact, ever become possible, it won't look too weird.
If what becomes possible?
She's my whatever the thing. She's my
hall pass.
I don't know that I get a hall pass, babe. I don't get a hall pass, right?
For Kristen Wiig?
Yeah.
You don't get a hall pass for anybody, but I'd be super stoked if like I died and you got to do it to Kristen
thing.
Wiig.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like if she dies and Kristen Wiig's 5'11", I'm not even gonna attempt that.
And I don't think that these two things are
If she's
related, but I
5'11"?
do think it's
She's
worth
5'4".
bringing up is that earlier Jarrett said that he would not, and he was very explicit in saying that he thinks he could get away with murder, but he will not try it.
Right, because I'm too nice.
But it probably has nothing to do with
the Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig.
Here's
and
the
that
thing.
whole situation.
I could 100% get away with murder.
Okay.
But I wouldn't do it because I am too nice and I have too much of a conscience. And here's why. And here's a good example. I wrote a scathing review of my U-Haul experience from this past weekend.
Will you read it to us?
No. And I feel terrible because I actually sent it. All right, guys. Well, let's jump into the movie Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. We're glad you guys are here.
I want you out of this house, boy. How? You heard the preacher.
You think we don't know what you're talking about when you say, take my hand?
What do you mean? It's about holding hands.
You watch your mouth.
You know who's got hands? The devil. And he uses them for holding.
I ain't got no room in my house for no devil spawn.
Oh, you be careful now, you hear? Before you go and say something you're gonna regret for the rest of your days.
Like what? Like the wrong kid died?
Oh, no!
It's okay. It's okay, Mama. Settle down.
Paul's right. Springbury ain't big enough for me no more. I reckon it's time for Dewey Cox to move on.
But you're only 14.
Mama, I love you. But I don't need nobody. All I need is my music. I seen my path today, and I'm gonna take it. And someday, I'll make my masterpiece. And you'll all be proud of me. Just like you were of Nate.
Can I come, Dewey?
Of course you can, Edith. You're my girlfriend.
I am.
Yes, silly. I pointed at you in the audience.
Did you hear that? I'm Dewey's 12-year-old girlfriend! You're the most talented man I've ever seen in my whole life. And you will never get anything but unconditional love and support from me. For you and your dreams, for the rest of my life.
Well, then go on. Get out of this house, before I cut your dreams in half like you cut mine in half.
Goodbye, Paul. Just wait till you see what happens now.
Oh, man. There is so much that happens in the first part of this movie to this exact point. And that's what we were saying earlier, where by this point, if you're not in on the joke, you don't know what's happening, that they're making fun of Walk the Line, that, you found an insane reference with the, it's It's the Naked Gun but again, not as silly, but pretty fucking silly.
Yeah, and I hadn't seen this before, so I'm sure if I watch it again and again, like you guys have, there would be more things to catch.
So you not seeing it before, just overall, I mean, did you laugh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of times.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of kind of dry humor.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he would over-explain things, kind of like the text message thing we did today.
Yeah.
And just kind of repetitively over and over. I find that stuff really funny.
I think anytime you're explaining the scene through your dialogue, like, Paul McCartney of the Beatles or whatever, like that kind of shit to me is funny because I do that in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was telling you a story, somebody that I met, whatever, Tommy Lee of Motley Crue. I don't know who
Ian.
the fuck it
That's
was.
Ian's story.
Yeah. Oh, Ian. No, he did the We're Not Worthy to somebody. I can't remember. Oh, Vince
Alice
Neil
Cooper.
of Motley Crue. But I had one where I said a thing like that. But yeah, I mean, that kind of shit is fucking funny.
Yeah.
Now, Lucy and John, you guys wanted to be here specifically for this movie.
Yes.
Obviously, it's a favorite then.
Yes, it's probably top 3 for me.
Yeah.
Favorite movie. Love this movie.
And just watchable all the time.
Yes, I've seen it a lot, and I hadn't watched it in a few years, but watching it again now, I remembered most of it, and I thought it was even funnier this time. I feel like it was even spoofing movies that have come out recently. It almost felt like that good.
It did, yeah. It did do that, and it's really funny because I start to see certain things in certain scenes where I'm like, is he doing like 4 or 5 different movies at the same time? And whatever. And now, John, had you seen this before?
I had, but it had been a while.
Yeah. And one of your favorites, or you're here with Lucy?
I'm here because I love the podcast, but no, I really enjoyed it. It's maybe not one of my favorites, but I definitely like this style of humor. And it was really entertaining watching it again yesterday.
Now, the thing
especially certain parts of it.
Let's get back to the opening scene. The opening scene, again, one of the things that I'd never really thought about why they do, like, it's the best day ever. They're playing chicken, with the tractor and the horse or whatever. It's all this insanely dangerous shit just to wind up, doing, there's nothing wrong with a little machete fighting, and then he gets cut in half real bad.
It was a bad case of it.
It was a particularly bad case of being cut in half, and he just like, we love the line, like, just tell us, God, we ain't scientists, we cannot attach the top half to the bottom half.
I think the first time that I laughed out loud, because I'll, chuckle quite a bit, but I was, at the end of that, and we watched it, was when the legs fall over. Just and just the absurdity of it. They were standing there the whole time, and then he leaves, and they just quietly fall down.
But why? But then just to introduce already the, you lost your sense of smell, and you go smell blind, and he goes, I want you to go and get us a candle. We're gonna light us a candle tonight. It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, but it's so funny. So then we get to the blues part where he walks in to the blues people. Now, can we confirm or not confirm that these are the 2 dudes from Chappelle's Show? Because I think I've heard that before.
I'm not sure. I can look it up.
I'm not sure. Let's look that up, because I thought that you guys know him. That Chappelle Show, and I thought that's why these 2 dudes were on there, but maybe that's wrong. One of the things that I wanted Austin to pull was the first nightclub scene, or the second nightclub scene, actually, because when they get to the nightclub and he's sweeping up or whatever, and he's bugging the singer, and then the owner just comes up and he's just like, you got to get back to work. My patron, people come here to dance erotically, and they need a clean floor to do it on. And just the dancing is so ridiculous.
Yes.
It's just, there's one guy, and this is why I like watching movies that I really love more than once, but there's one guy that the girl's like down on her knees, and he's like humping her face, and you can see like a thing going back and forth, and they did that on purpose.
Sure.
Like, you can see the whole thing flopping in there. So ridiculous, man. But anyway, that they give us a glimpse of that world, and then they go back to one of Casey and I's favorite scenes ever, and that is the fight with his wife when he.
Oh yeah, we quote this
all the time.
weekly, I'd say.
Where it's just, she's just like, ain't no musician ever made no money, dude. Yeah, I do love you, but I just know you're going to fail.
And she had just, the last we saw of her was like, I will unconditionally give you my support forever. And it was immediate.
But the big line that we go to all the time is she just goes, what about my dreams, Dewey? He goes, I can't build you a candy house. It'll melt.
Not if it never rains.
Yeah, this is another big laugh for me.
Oh, man.
Because he had at least considered her dream and given it some thought.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not doing bad for a 15-year-old with a wife and kids.
So
he wasn't.
This is some crazy inside shit. So as I watch this scene again, I wonder how much of it gets ad-libbed because we were watching Old School on the last tour, and it turns out the bass player, stick with me, the bass player for Nerf Herder, his name's Ben Pringle, he was an extra in Old School at the wedding scene. So the I love you, Dad, like that whole scene or whatever. So he told us that like they did 25 takes and every single take was completely different. And as extras, they just couldn't laugh and had to know. But I just wonder like how many of these they have, like, because Kristen Wiig is like spot on. Like she's really fast. And this guy is too. It'd be cool to some of this dialogue back and forth.
What's the name of the guy that's Portlandia?
Fred Armisen.
So when Fred Armisen and Kristen Wiig do the acoustic songwriting duo on Saturday Night Live,
and
on
they
the
make
Weekend
up the words as they try to sing the words together.
Yes,
that's what I thought about while he's recording. Because when he's recording, the guy that didn't know the song all of a sudden knows all the lyrics. And I'm like, this is like that's it.
And so she's really good at that kind of improv stuff. So I do wonder what other dreams were out there that got shut down.
There's a Jimmy Fallon. I mean, I could go all day on shit Kristen Wiig has done that's made me cry laughing, but I think it's Jimmy Fallon does like this like Mad Lib type of thing where they give them they have to make up words to this Mad Lib, then they have to act out a scene and use it in the thing. And hers is like one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Hers and John Cena's both.
Yeah, you let me see that. I mean,
my God,
super funny, and she plays pretty straight here. I mean, most of her comedy is just ridiculous. I'm your 12-year-old girlfriend. All right, guys, we're getting to the next clip, but there's just so much content here because the next thing we see is just like we just see the dude, the main guy, the singer at the nightclub. His hands are all bandaged, and the owner just goes, "You should have thought of that before you punched your landlord and got laryngitis."
I never noticed that. That's funny because that's one of those. I mean, we've seen this movie a billion times, even just together.
Yep. Yeah.
And I'd seen it before, and I'd never noticed that he said that. That's so funny. And got laryngitis.
Now, so he goes, just him taking over this whole thing. Again, I wanted him to pull this clip because it's so racist, this whole thing. But not only, everything's racist. Just the fact that he gets up on the stage or whatever, and Tim Meadows just goes, "Are you nervous?" He's like, I think he's like, I don't know, like, okay. He goes, well, you should be. Because he goes, those Jews control show business.
And they come in full, like, Orthodox.
Totally. And it's Harold Ramis. Yeah. And, it's another, But then he just gets up there and he goes, it'll be the same show, only it'll be me, not you. And just goes, yeah, this next song we finna do is about when you get caught. Run around getting into all kinds of strange. And the people are looking at him like, what the fuck? And then he just starts singing and they're just happy. They're just dancing erotically.
Yeah, what was the name of that song they were singing?
I'm not going to say that part. I already said Jew. Yeah. Well, I said the Jews own the show, but I'm not going to say that part. Leave this in, Sean.
You got to love your man.
Yeah, you got to love your man.
Yeah. I wanted to do that for take one. You weren't so sure.
I would have done it. I thought I said I would do it. Did I say I wouldn't do it? I probably said what.
I probably said we shouldn't do it.
I'm gonna be honest.
Sounds like me.
That's what probably was her. But I love that after it's over, he goes, yeah, we like this guy with the shaking and the tukas or whatever. And then the main singer dude just goes, no, I'm the one you want. And he goes, no, I think we want him. I think you got what it takes.
And that's the first cast member of The Office that's in this movie.
Yes.
Who?
Craig Robinson.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's
That's
Daryl.
right. That's right. Yeah, and I don't really know The Office very well.
Me
but
either. I mean,
that dude, yeah, right. But that dude is in some funny shit.
he's hilarious.
He's great.
I was willing to open my mind because these Jewish gentlemen brought you in here. They usually have good taste. And now here you are in front of me, pretending you can sing. And I have to say that today, your performance has shaken my belief in the Jewish people.
Well, there's nothing I would like more, sir, than to restore your faith in Judaism right now. If you could just give me that shot.
But I'll tell you, you have failed so far. And if somehow you were able to sing a song now, bringing these boys together you haven't even met, and make something so personal, so new, that the whole world takes notice, and that your life is never the same again. But I'm telling you right now, I don't think it's going to happen.
Wait. We're here already. What could it possibly hide?
L'chaim, I'll do it for you, but just one more song.
What?
All right, son. I'm going to give you 15 more seconds.
Thank you, sir. I hope you won't regret it.
Dude, we don't know this song.
You just follow me.
Now, by the way, this is exactly the way records are made. That's what you do. You just go in there, and and there's just a guy who owns the studio, and he just yells at you and shit.
I don't like that.
Yeah, and
Try another one.
He when he first breaks into
when the moon
yeah, and he just like you stop that, stop that, stop what you were doing right now. There's it's unforgivable what you have done to that Amore.
Yeah, well, his mom liked it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so it becomes an instant hit, right? That's good.
Yeah, DJ plays it 20 minutes after it was recorded.
35 minutes. Yeah, it's America's newest hits, and it goes to number 1, right? Then he gets his wife a monkey, and then very reminiscent again of Talladega Nights. We've already mentioned that, is when they're at dinner and the guy goes, "Yeah, I was sang songs at this fair," and the guy was like, "I'll give you $5,000." "No, you won't. You'll give me that giraffe."
Well, that's a mighty fine giraffe.
Oh man, where are you guys at on this movie so far? I mean, it's to me, it's just nonstop.
It's amazing. It's so funny. It's incredible how many movies you think of when you're watching it.
100%. Yeah, you're right. It does. It brings them, because obviously Walk Hard is kind of the thing, but it's also La Bamba, and it's Buddy Holly's story, and it's
That Thing You Do.
That thing, exactly. 100%. Yeah, the whole 35 minutes or whatever. It's crazy. Yeah. Now, his wife, the whole "you're never gonna make it." We do that shit to each other all the time, like, you're never gonna make it though. Okay, love you. Okay, love you. You're never gonna make it. And this is another big one on the Bowling for Soup buses. I'm gonna miss some things, like I'm gonna miss some christenings. I'm gonna miss some birthdays.
I'm gonna miss some births.
Because there's no way you can expect me to be here for every time you give birth to a child. How about I get you a crow that can talk? I'll teach it to say things I say.
Teach him to say things I say.
And she goes, "This ain't about no exotic birds." Now, I talked about this during 5 questions, and you guys will hear that a bit, but like, just the casting is so insane, because Buddy Holly being Malcolm in the Middle is so funny, because that dude is...
I laughed out loud at that.
Same.
Just at the fact that it was him.
Yeah. And like, that guy's the same size as he's been since he was 12 years old, right? Yeah. Here's a song about Miss Dewey Cox, and he does the song about her, and all the girls are just getting crazy, and then that's the start of the bit where he opens the door. He's like, "What are you guys doing in there?" And this is the longest one, but this bit is so funny, and made funnier because Tim Meadows can't act. He just yells his shit out, and it's so terribly delivered all the time. Like, you don't want this. It's not habit forming,
Was he the ladies' man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. He said one line in here, and I was just like, it was almost like it was like one. I didn't know if it was like a nod to it or not.
Probably, maybe the Viagra one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. But you don't get a hangover. It's not addicting.
Well, I don't want to get addicted to it.
It's not habit forming.
It's the cheapest drug there is.
Yeah, I don't want to overdose.
I think that's the one.
Yeah, it sounds expensive. It's the cheapest drug. I kind of think I do want. All right, so we got to get to the phone call really quick because somebody's got a pee-pee. Is it Eric that has a pee-pee?
Yeah, it's me this time.
Okay.
It's usually you. I mean, I'm fine.
Don't usually me. Bullshit.
It is usually you.
That is such a fucking... That is...
Man, I have turned this around.
You're probably right.
Because it really is me.
It is
but
totally
I convinced him it was you.
You fucking totally...
Manipulative.
Here's the thing. She's not even really paying attention over there on her phone, and you totally convinced her... She doesn't know that you guys write me little pee-pee notes over here.
Okay, well...
You know,
I mean, I can write them to Sean, but he's just gonna write it to you. So.
Dude, but just the phone call home, and she's like, there's like a distance or whatever, and then in 10 minutes, like, would you shut up? I'm trying to have sex with these women over here.
I lost the plot on this scene because there was so much dick.
So much penis. Now,
I was on the phone with my dad earlier today, and he was thinking about coming by after work for something, or Wi-Fi or something, because he didn't have to go all the way home for something. And I was just like, he's like, are you doing podcast night? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what movie? And he's like, I don't think I could ever get past that hotel room with all the dicks.
Yeah. You know what? They did us a favor, though. And here's what do you think I'm going to say with the favor? I think, I'm just going to tell you, at least they just put normal dicks on there.
I was going to say, it was just
you know what I mean? Because it's just like a normal penis.
I mean, it looked huge to me, but...
Same. What was that movie? I was sitting there going, man, I don't know. I mean, I could fluff. I could probably get to that point.
Yeah.
Sean, you probably would know. There's a movie, it's like, these dudes, and like Seth Green is like an Amish guy.
Oh, it's Sex Drive.
Sex Drive. And Sex Drive, if you buy the like, what is it, like the uncut or whatever, instead of changing any of the movie, they just have like dudes with giant black dicks walk by the screen throughout the whole entire movie. That's like all it is.
Fucking hilarious.
And for a second, I couldn't remember if it was this movie or that one. And I was like, oh yeah.
Sex Drive is so good.
It's good. We should do that one. That'd be a great one.
I think this one does. I think in the unrated version, though, I think there is more dicks than what we saw
I just watched it on, what was it, Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we did. Yeah. And it's not that many. I mean, it's like a couple of penises.
I streamed it on Stars, and there were not a lot of dicks.
No, probably not a lot of dicks. Right? Yeah.
Bummer.
All right, guys.
Here comes my grandma. Hello from Rowlett.
She lost her balance and fell out the window. And then the radio crushed her head.
While she was dancing to your song, I thought you should know what your music does. It kills people. You made her happy, and it killed her. If Nate was alive, this never would have happened. Wrong kid died.
Get out of here, Dewey.
What are y'all doing in here?
It's called cocaine, and you don't want no part of this shit.
Cocaine? What's it do?
It turns all your bad feelings into good feelings. It's a nightmare.
I'm thinking maybe I'd like to try me some of that cocaine.
I like this because this is where all the transformations start, you know, where it's like it's like all these different periods of him. It's ridiculous, actually. I mean, it's like nobody changes literally 7 times. But yeah, it's a spoof that goes through all of the genres, basically leading up to now. I mean, good Lord, they did it, guys.
We finally got a movie.
You know?
Covered all the bases.
They covered all the bases. They're just like, you just gonna stand there singing as fast as you can like some kind of punk? The teasing here is so funny about how just, it's so ridiculous and dumb of just the, you know, well, you can't, you know, and we just gotta be friends. Whoosh, we're supposed to be friends. It's so ridiculous and such a making fun of the whole walk the line thing.
I was getting mixed signals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just seemed like she was really into it.
Yeah, thanks for letting me sleep in your bunk, Dewey. just like on top of that. Oh man.
By a man's touch.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous. And then, of course, the song is called Darlene, and he's like, I'm in love with you. I like spending time with you. This friendship's amazing. One day I'm going to end up with you, Darlene. Which goes to your point of why the movie's so funny, because he's just basically saying all the shit that he's doing. And then this song is just like, here's a song about everything that's happening right now.
Yeah, we'll just sum it up before we move on to Act 3.
By a man's touch, I mean a penis in my vagina.
Thank you for clarifying.
Just everything. I mean, I fucking love that. For me, it's fun to see like old tour buses and stuff, because that's how it was. They used to actually have seating up in the front like a bus. And so you could sit or you could go to sleep. That's it, and now we drive around in a goddamn fucking hotel room.
Motor coach.
It's ridiculous. It really is stupid. Anyway, so you were already married. Oh, she goes, you already married? And he goes, what was I supposed to do? You told me about that dream where you're licking my balls. And that is so something I would say to Casey, like in real conversation. I'm like, and you licking my balls, whatever. And I wouldn't be talking about her. I'd be talking about the dog.
Dream about the dog?
The dog licking your balls?
I was just trying to get out of talking about us.
Apparently you've never heard Dude Ranch.
You got further into it, seems
I know, I fucked up.
Yeah, you made it weird.
I did, yeah. I totally made it weird. We can bask in this, or we can go to another clip.
I vote clip.
Casey, say it.
Clip.
Oh. I panicked.
Done nothing you shouldn't have done to me.
What have I ever done to you?
Like that time you woke up in the middle of the night and drank up all the milk. And then I got up, had my cornflakes, there's none left.
Dewey, you cheated on me!
Oh, so I'm a cheater, but you can just drink up all the milk, and that's fine. Okay, all right, that's fine. I get it. You're innocent, and I'm guilty. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged.
Don't you dare write a song right now, Dewey!
You know what? Go ahead. Take the children. I don't care. All I need is my music. I don't need you. And I don't need you. And I don't need you. And I don't need you. You're just sitting there, all high and mighty in your diaper. If anything, you need me. You're a baby.
Come on, Miles.
Don't you dare take Miles. You can take the children, but you leave me, my monkey.
Fine. Goodbye, Dewey Cox.
No! No, come back! Don't leave me, Edith.
Don't leave me, Edith. There's a title for a song.
That's not a bad title, but please.
So another great Tim Meadows scene here, where he's like, "What are you guys doing in there? We're doing pills, uppers and downers. It's the logical next step for you." It's basically doing a spoof on their own shit.
Just 30 minutes earlier, yeah.
So fucking good, man. And then this is where he goes off the deep end, obviously. He's like the guy who just walks up, "Hey, here's my wife, Kathy." And he's just like, "Kathy, this is Dave." Or this is my wife. "Oh, this is Kathy. Kathy, this is Dave. Come on, darling." And just takes his wife. It's just so ridiculous. And what is that? Did Johnny Cash fuck a bunch of people's wives and shit? Like, I don't know.
I haven't talked to him lately.
Huh? He probably just did it to everybody.
I think it's just musicians.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, they don't like to be alone. We talked about that earlier, didn't we? Yeah. So but they actually, now they hint to the whole thing where he's just like, where he's going through all these periods of like, he's like, "What the fuck is happening to Dewey?" He goes, "Well, that was early Dewey. This is middle Dewey." And then Dewey's just like having sex with this girl, and he's just going, "This is a dark fucking period." So good, man. The rehab scene, though, is, I think, probably the most quoted thing maybe
Dave
ever.
did it like this tour.
Yeah, I mean, it's constant. Just basically they come get him out of jail, and he's in rehab, and he's cold, so he needs more blankets. But then he's hot, so he needs less blankets. And then he's cold and he's hot at the same time. And we need more and less blankets.
If I like searched in my text thread, more blankets and less blankets, there'd be like 900 text messages from him. Like if he's not feeling well, I need more blankets and less blankets.
That's true. Yeah, that's when I get sick now. Yeah.
Kelsey, when I start not feeling well, I'll sit on the couch and then I just put the whole cover over my head. And Kelsey will just walk by and go, "Don't start this shit. Don't pull the cover over your fucking head."
So we get to like the next part of this thing where he's basically a beach boy now, and they're like, "Y'all seen Dewey? Like he's in there talking to Charlie Manson.
Yeah, songs are shit.
Yeah, songs are shit.
Really nice guy.
Really nice guy.
And then it quickly changes, right? It quickly changes from that to the whole deal where he's in the interview or whatever. The guy's just like, some people say you sound like Bob Dylan. Dude, I fucking heard a Bob Dylan song on, we listen to country a lot when the kids are in the car because there's no real risk involved there.
Okay.
But it was called Red, White, and Booze. Was something that Sirius Satellite did, and they played this Bob Dylan song the other day, and I'm like, that's fucking exactly what it sounds like. You know, the laundromat is like a cat with a tongue with the,
one-eyed jelly bean.
I would like to address this because a couple podcasts ago I said fuck Bob Dylan, and I just want to point out that I still feel that way.
Okay, thank you. This just in.
I had to get that off my chest. That I meant it.
And I think so. They talk about what a prolific songwriter he is. You know, the guy's written 500,000 songs. It's like it's easy to do that when 495,000 of them are the shittiest song ever with just nonsense.
Bob Dylan,
fucking lyric. Yeah,
totally agree.
I mean, I could write a song a day, and I'm the worst songwriter that ever lived. And so, but I could sit down and write one every day, and at the end of 5 years, I'd have 3 carry the night. 1,500 songs.
What
that
was
are all
the
shitty.
appeal? What was the appeal? Was it that people were stoned?
It was a cultural thing. I think it was
different, I guess, but
it was more.
Sorry.
No, he's shaking his head.
Well, I'm just agreeing with you. I think it was just in that time. It was like Hendrix, and it's just that culture of like smoking weed. And it all maybe made sense, when you're in that mindset.
And feeling like someone has something to say more than...
Yeah, I mean, this generation has Iggy Azalea and, so
definitely some politics, political influence.
Some substance to what he says, but hurts my brain. Don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't... So what were his songs that are listenable? Knocking on Heaven's Door?
Look, I'm a huge fan of Don't Think Twice, It's All Right.
Yeah.
That is...
How does that go?
A phenomenal song.
Have you heard the cover?
Just tell me how it goes. Sing it to me. I don't know.
Well, there ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. And then the chorus is...
don't think twice, I'm all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting there wondering, running down the road. Once was a woman, a child I know.
I don't think I know that song.
It's really great, and it makes sense, and it's not all...
It's good enough that Mike Ness covered it.
The three-eyed tambourine lives in the morning igloo of our mind, or whatever,
My brother read some book about him, and it basically, he said he had like writer's block or some shit, and he went and he moved like to some mountain and stayed at a mountain for like 6 months or whatever, and stayed by himself and got his head clear and blah blah blah, and came back like writing some songs or whatever. My brother was like, so if that ever happens, if that ever happens, it just basically means I'm gonna surround myself with fucking people because I don't really want to do that.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Run off?
Not that I don't want to be. No. I'm just saying, like, I don't get it. I just don't understand the.
You don't think there's any value to
what he did? Sure, there is.
No. To being
no, I'm not back to being by myself again. I like to be by myself every once in a while
in the bathroom, but he's never alone.
But I'm never alone in the bathroom. There's 3 dogs, a cat, and at least one child. 1 out of 3 children looking for me.
Yeah,
and then about a third of the time, my wife will just come into the bathroom, like, because it's a separate toilet area, and just start talking to me from the other room. Like in conversation.
Hey, what are you?
And I have to turn the fan off to hear her. It's never about lunch. It's just like, hey, there's a Facebook thing about this thing or whatever.
Well, he'll text me on the toilet, and then I'll walk in there and I'll be like, oh, by the way, that thing you texted me about.
Yeah, sure.
Let's discuss it now.
Yeah.
Well, I have you.
But then she always goes, but then Casey's deal is like, you want me to keep talking to you? No. Yep. Okay, so you want me to keep talking to you? Ready? No, I really don't.
I do it to him on the phone, too.
Stop talking to me. I don't really want that.
Oh, hey, wait, I forgot. Do you want to keep talking on the phone longer? Like I did.
It's time for 5 questions with 6 questions and a high score of 7.
I'm going to get him to change that to with a high score of 200 and just put that out every once in a while. And then we'll have I'll pick one of the bonus questions and it'll be worth 194.
Nice.
And that's how we'll get there. What do you think?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, just think about it. Write it down and give it some thought.
It's already written down in audio.
Okay. Oh, you're right. We don't have to sit down anymore. God, technology. Hey, welcome to 5 Questions. With us is David Dooley, longtime friend, supporter. You know him. You love him. The laugh of the podcast. How are you, David Dooley? You doing good?
Great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. And also joining us via the movie hotline. You call him Zaldor. You call him Zaldor. We call him Les. Personal friend of ours. How are you, buddy?
Good to see you guys. Oh, I'm doing great. Doing great tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for joining us on this as we're recording this on a Tuesday after 4th of July weekend. I'm sure you guys are knackered, as am I. I got home from tour, went straight into 4th of July week, and my liver actually was so mad by Sunday that it started a protest parade around my house, and I couldn't get out. So I had to sit and watch what my wife calls fake cops live PD for a couple of days, and I really enjoyed it. And so anyway, I got a break, so that's good. Hey guys, so we're playing 5 questions this week. We're talking about the movie Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. Dave Dooley, were you able to watch the movie?
I was.
All right. Classic movie. So you'd seen this one before, obviously.
I saw it when it came out, and I think I may have seen the bits of it over the years, but yeah, it was. I can remember laughing really hard back when it came out first, and I laughed again.
How about you, Les? Had you seen this before?
I've seen it before, and I don't think I laughed as much as I did when I just saw it a couple days ago. So I think I laughed more this time than I did than the first time I saw it.
This is very much one of those Anchorman type movies to where it's like once you've seen it the 24th or 25th time, it starts to become funnier because you start to notice the most insane little nuances and just things in people's faces and just little things. So I'm glad you guys both enjoyed it. I mean, and obviously you guys both, if you saw it before and you're both saying it aged well, I agree. I don't think I realized how old this movie was until I realized that the guy who is telling him he has to play after Elvis is Ed Helms, and Ed Helms looks like he's in high school. Like,
boy, doesn't he?
I mean,
he's so young.
I did not even recognize him at first, and I don't know. We'll get into that as we get into the movie. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and play 5 questions. Thanks for being here. Good luck to both of you. You're both veterans. You're both great. You've both been winners. You've both been losers. Good luck to you both. All right, here we go. Question number 1 will, of course, be about the movie Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. In the movie Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, Jack White plays an amazing Elvis. There are only 2 people that know karate. That is who and the king. 2 people, 2 kinds of people know karate. That is who.
So I couldn't hear that. You cut out on me. What was the 2 people that know karate? I lost you there.
Yeah, Jack White said there are 2, as Elvis said, there are 2 people that know, 2 kinds of people that know karate. It is blank and the king.
Yeah.
All right. Now, you guys are you guys both writing down, or are we?
I got my pad.
All right. You already writing down. And David Dooley,
I'm writing down, but I'm not writing down anything on this one because I got nothing.
All right. Are you that you can take a blank there, and that is nothing. Yep. Nothing for them. Les, what did you say?
I said Chinese.
That is correct. The Chinese and the king. Very, very good. Tough question.
I laughed at that. I'm like, oh, that's funny.
Tough question right out of the gates. I am so sorry. In the movie Dewey Cox offers to buy his wife so they're having a fight. He says, I bought you a monkey. I bought you a giraffe. I will buy you a what? What will he buy her to appease her while he's gone? Maybe that helps. He's going to buy her something to appease her while he's gone.
I don't remember. Dang it.
Really hard questions from this one. I know this movie maybe too well. You got to find me on like Independence Day and shit. That's when you get the easy ones because I'd never seen that shit before.
We tried to do that movie.
Yeah, we did try to do that, didn't we? Les, what do you say, buddy?
I said camel, but I don't think that's the right
That is
answer.
close. That is close. Same first letter. David Dooley, what did you say?
I said rhino, but I know
that is incorrect. He was going to buy her a crow that could talk.
Yeah, and he was going to teach it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
he would say.
Yep.
Teach it things that he says all the time. It'll be just like I'm here. All right, guys, here we go. Question number 3, of course, will be about the movie Dewey Cox. And you guys are both doing great. It is 1-0.
We're doing terrible.
1-0 going into question number 3. You guys are both sucking a big one.
Since Eric started, I do not do well. I don't know what the hell.
Wait, he has nothing to do with this. He has absolutely nothing to do with this.
Fucking Eric.
He's made you too serious.
He's made me too serious. That is definitely not true. All right, here we go, guys. Question number 3 coming in for you. And good luck to you both. In the movie Dewey Cox story, before he cuts his brother in half, name 2 other dangerous things that the boys do together while running amok on the best day ever. Name 2 other dangerous things that the boys do as they're running amok on the best day ever before he halves his brother with the worst case of being cut in half that the doctor has ever seen. He could not attach one half of his body to the other half. All right, Les, did you manage to write something down, buddy?
Yeah, I got a big X on this one. So
oh, no. David Dooley, come for the tie. Did you get it?
They played chicken on a horse and a tractor, and they were welding.
That is correct. Very good. Very good. I would have also accepted pick up a rattlesnake.
I was not paying attention to the beginning of the movie. That's my problem.
Yeah, well, it was hilarious. 1-1.
It was hilarious.
Going into question number 4. Now you're both really doing shitty. All right, guys. Good luck from here on out. I only got 2 more questions, and then I'm going to drink this beer and listen to you fail worse. All right. Thanks for being here. All right, question number 4. Here we go. The reason why I'm doing this right now is because I can't think of a question. All right, here we go. This, of course, will be about the movie Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. In the Dewey Cox story, he is writing his masterpiece in the studio, and he stops it. He's not done with the song. He needs what to complete the song? What does he need to complete this song from the Aborigines? What does he need from the Aborigines to complete his masterpiece? 45 an hour. All right. David Dooley, what'd you say?
I said a shit ton of didgeridoos.
I'm going to have to give him that because that is right. Les, what did you say?
I said grab the balls.
Oh, man. No, it was actually percussion, but I am going to give you the diggity-doo things because he did need those as well. Is that correct?
He said those. He said...
Is that in the same scene?
I thought he said Aboriginal drums.
Aboriginal percussion or drums or whatever.
And a shit
But he
ton
did the
of
didgeridoos too. You're right. Okay, David Dooley, 2-1.
Yeah.
Our judges do say 2-1. Very good, Lucy. Our judge, Lucy Murray. Lucy Murray wants to be. And all right, question number 5 for both of you guys. Here we go. Zaldor versus David Dooley. Zaldor with 1, Dooley with 2. Going into question number 5. Of course, will be about the movie Walk Hard. In the movie Walk Hard, when he's in rehab for the first time, in order to make him feel better, he needs more and less of what? He needs more and less of what to make him feel better? All right. David Dooley.
More blankets. Less blankets.
And Les, what did you say?
I got nothing.
Oh my goodness, he started strong, ladies and gentlemen, and finished. David Dooley finishing with 3 of the 5, and Les Zaldor with 1. All right, guys, it is now time for Eric's bonus question. Right?
There's no song clip, right?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always forget.
I mean, I made one. It's kind of janky.
It's time for Eric's question.
No, it's
Rich didn't have one either.
Oh, wait.
No, Rich didn't have a thing for that.
What did I
It
make
doesn't
one
matter.
for?
I just never know when I'm supposed to pause. I'll figure it out one of these days.
Let's just use this. Hold on. Let's use this.
If you're going to put semen in my mouth, it's got to be cold.
There we go.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Rich. All right. Dewey Cox losing his sense of smell after cutting his brother in half is an homage to what real-life singer who encountered the same predicament after a 1973 car crash? You guys know this?
I actually do not know the answer to this.
Almost.
Me neither, but I know what I'm going with.
Almost killed him.
Driving too fast for love.
And he woke up.
It's smell blind.
And he woke up smell blind after 5 days in a coma.
You lost your sense of smell. All right. All right, let's go. Les, did you write anything down?
No clue.
All right, Les is going for the Hail Mary. I can see what's going on here. David Dooley, what did you
I
guess?
went with Johnny Cash, but I have no idea if that's right.
Neither of those are correct. It is Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was in a car crash and he was almost halved?
No, he was in a coma, though, and he lost his sense of smell.
Oh,
when
he
woke
lost
up.
his sense of smell.
Yeah.
Got it.
He was not cut in
Stevie
half.
Wonder was driving, though, right?
So he was already blind and then lost his sense of smell?
Because he was driving.
Can you imagine how good that motherfucker could hear after that? Because your other senses get stronger.
He released songs in the key of life after that, so obviously he could hear
Jesus
great.
Christ. Or I bet you that motherfucker was like E.T., you know? He'd like touch you and you'd be like, fuck you.
Well, still, whoever does his hair should be fired.
Yeah, who? Stevie Wonder?
Yeah.
Well, that is fucking mean.
Okay.
He can't. What the fuck does he care? He can't see it. All right, now, okay, guys, it is time for Sean's super hard question presented by Wacky Will's Discount Superstore of Houston.
Why, thank you, Jarrett Reddick of Bowling for Soup and owner of Danny's Music Shop.
It's got bits.
Les, this is for you. Many famous musicians in the movie were portrayed by actors. Name any 3 of the musicians portrayed in the film and the actors or actresses that played them. No partial credit.
All right. Can you repeat that question, please?
Okay. Many famous musicians in the movie were portrayed by actors. Name any 3 of the musicians portrayed in the film and the actors or actresses that played them. So one that you can't use is one that Jarrett mentioned earlier, where Jack White played Elvis.
Right.
So now I can't use that one. I know I'm not the question, but still.
Dooley, stay out.
All right. I got it.
All right. Go ahead.
Jack Black, Paul McCartney.
Okay.
You got to name 3.
Oh, you got 3?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just wanted 1.
No, I said name any 3 of the musicians portrayed in the film.
Oh, I think said any 3 as in one of the 3.
Oh, God. Who else?
See, now you're in his head. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man, there's some really good ones.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Can you do the ones where they played themselves?
It does need to be an actor
playing
who played a musician.
Okay, so it can't be the actual person.
That's correct.
Could be any of the Beatles.
Need 2 more. 2 more. I'm going to have to give you 5 seconds, Zaldor.
Man, I can only come up with 1 more. That makes me mad.
Oh, man, there's so many.
I paid attention, too. Sort of.
All right, time's up. Do you have a guess, Les?
I just got the one. I couldn't think of the other 2.
Man, there's so many.
Mm-hmm.
All the Beatles, obviously.
All the Beatles, Buddy Holly.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. What about you, Buddy Holly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy Holly, Frankie Munoz, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Such
who played Buddy Holly?
The casting was so brilliant. So brilliant.
Hey, you had to do with Connect You to the Movie. One of your songs was in Malcolm in the Middle.
That is true. Yes.
Which was his big show.
I'm 1 degree from this movie.
You are.
That is absolutely true. Well, guys, it has been a hard-fought battle. Your winner this week, your champion, David Dooley, everybody. Don't forget.
Thanks, Les. Check's in the mail.
Don't forget, you guys do get a credit for both participation and for winning. And there are plaques involved at the end of 10 participations or 5 wins. Is that correct? 10 participations or 5 wins. There is an actual prize involved, and we do have people that are getting close to that. Pretty exciting for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, Les, you are not a loser, but you didn't win, did you?
Didn't win. Nope, didn't win.
Guys, have a
2 days in a row.
have a fantastic rest of your evening. Thank you so very much for spending this time with us, and we'll catch you guys soon.
Sounds good. Take care, guys.
All right, y'all be good.
Bye.
Bye.
We're nothing but grains of sand. That was freaking transcendental, Paul McCartney. Don't you agree, John Lennon?
Yes, Dewey Cox. With meditation, there's no limit to what we can imagine.
What do you think, George Harrison, of the Beatles?
I don't know, I'm just trying to get some more songs on the album,
And as Ringo Starr, I'm not so interested in meditation. I just like to have fun.
I like the little one.
It's so dark in this tent, it reminds me when the Beatles, the 4 Beatles, us.
From Liverpool.
Yes, we are from Liverpool. We used to play those dark clubs in Hamburg. You remember that, Paul?
Of course I do. I booked them. I'm the leader of the Beatles. But I have to say, I like your stuff. It's pretty good, and most of your records I really enjoy. Well, we're big fans of your records, too. We like to think that Hard Day's Night is our guilty as charged.
Great record.
Excellent album. We learned a lot from
Great
it.
record.
Well, we're real big fans of y'all.
Huge fans. You guys are almost as good as the Monkees. You guys are great.
I think I might adjourn to another dimension and take some LSD. You care to join me?
Yeah, let's do that. Care to join us for some LSD, Dewey? It's good for you.
Built by scientists, it is.
Lysergic.
Gotta check with headquarters.
One, Dewey Cox. Think you might enjoy it. Open up your mind to new experience, a new level of consciousness like we do because we are the Beatles.
Slapping the bass. That's all I can think of whenever he's doing that.
Just again, like how they do their names and stuff. And is Jack Black the absolute worst ever as far as the accent?
But it's awesome.
It's awesome because he's so terrible.
It's a send up. Yeah, it's a send up for sure.
He just like, you know what? This is not my thing. I'm just gonna. Oh, okay. I'm so whimsical. I mean, does not sound anything like he's. But and just the fact that they made Paul McCartney fat, so ridiculous. Great record. We say that a shitload. Ow, that was you, Eric.
No, that was not.
It was you.
No.
Dude.
Anyone watching can see it wasn't. Anyone listening is going to know.
Luckily for us.
Sean, don't edit that out.
Luckily for us.
Don't look
Nobody
up there. I
is
didn't knock
watching
anything
it.
down.
And so 8 months later, so he goes, first he goes, listen, it's going to be this one time. And that was Luke Bryan. You're right. I fucked up the impression.
I'm going to jump on the trampoline. Rolling on 45s.
Not naked, because that would be obscene. Rolling on 45s.
Little girl by us.
That's pretty good.
You can hang your shirt out on a limb.
Damn it, I'm losing it.
No.
I'm losing it.
Yeah, you didn't practice
The best
enough.
is, all you other girls want to mom it up and take you downtown.
I can't wait for us to do a movie that has Luke Bryan on the soundtrack.
Oh, man, we're going to fucking kill it.
Corn rolls, roll your boat.
We'll do dueling Luke Bryan.
Dueling Luke Bryans.
Dueling Bryans.
That's so ridiculous. But she just goes, if you promise it'll be just this one time, okay, let's go drop acid with the Beatles. He's working on his masterpiece. And I feel like that had to have been a thing back then. Like I feel like there were so many of those artists that used to work on their master. Like this has got to be the thing that defines me and blah, blah, blah.
Brian Wilson's Smile.
Sure. Yeah.
And,
dude.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I know a couple of people that played on that record, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's good. I don't know. The fucking you know what I fucking found out about Brian Wilson the other day that I did not know, and it blew my goddamn mind. So when he was writing Pet Sounds, he was in the sand pit in the house and the piano. So I thought he was just in that thing by himself, just writing on the shit or whatever. There's a co-writer. There's another guy
that has to stick around while he's slowly melting
down. Where were we when we found that out the other day?
I'm sorry, what?
Jesus Christ. No, I don't remember where it was, but there's another guy that has half the publishing on all that shit that fucking full on was there with his crazy ass.
The entire time.
Wait, for what? Who?
For Pet Sounds. Brian Wilson, when he's in the sandbox, we just learned about this the other day, about how there's this other songwriter. Maybe it's a guy I think a guy just died. And he was the guy
Ross
that
Perot.
That's who it is.
Him. That's the guy.
Yep.
Thoughts and
Did you guys see the
finish
the biopic about Brian Wilson that John Cusack did?
No.
Oh, it's amazing.
Is he Brian Wilson?
He's Brian Wilson, but he's so I don't know
who I'd want to play? Dennis.
I would like to be Kevin Love.
Just because it's easy.
Isn't it Mike Love? So
Kevin Love's a basketball player.
So the movie kind of goes between
the
movie goes between like him as a young Beach Boy, and then it cuts in between like current present day.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the kid that plays the young one. I think he was in Detroit Rock City. I think
Macaulay Culkin.
No,
Edward
no.
Furlong.
It's a really good movie.
Interesting.
What movie?
Yeah,
what was that called?
The one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Let me look it up.
So I have a label called Crappy Records, and one of my partners is Carl Capriolio, who owns Oleo Records, and he put out a Brian Wilson record.
I'd like to point out that Crappy Records makes for hilarious entries in our shared calendar, because I was just like scrolling through to figure out our week, and it just says crappy phone call at noon.
That did happen.
Already know it's going to be bad.
By the way, we're back, bitches. Crappy Records is back. So the whole studio thing is insane when he's in this part, and
you made a cameo in this scene.
out of all of these songs that I sing in my, I don't even know the words of this one, but I just walk around the house all the time going, 50,000 hours, 50,000 hours.
Yeah, and then separately going, it's about holding hands.
It's about holding hands
all day long by himself,
all day.
no reason at all.
Yeah, that is true. Take my hand, I wanna walk in the park. Oh, I love it so much. I love it. Obviously, this is a spoof of so many things that happened back in those days. I mean, just when things you only had a certain amount of tracks, so you need 187 people in the studio.
It reminded me of the Beatles' All You Need Is Love. They had that kind of recording session / live TV special where they were all in the studio together and recording it, and so it was the big, all the brass and all the strings and all the band and all that stuff and all the background singers and hangers-ons and all that
so
stuff.
I don't know this. So they had rehearsed it to the point of actually being able to record it then or whatever. Man, have you been to Vegas and seen Love?
I have not.
Man, I'll tell you, it's fucking crazy.
It's really, really good.
I mean, it's nuts because they play the songs, but they also play all this like in between stuff when they're talking to each other in the studio and stuff, and it makes me cry because like John Lennon makes me cry.
It's pretty powerful,
and you can just hear him, and he's talking about something, and he's messed something up, and he talks about, and they're just all of this dialogue that goes on, and it's so real. It just gives but while that's happening, there's people.
Fucking dude flips all over the place.
A guy flipping in a thing or whatever. It's insanity, is what it is.
Is there did you see anything visually, kind of outside of the musical aspect of it? Did you see anything happen during that show that you thought, I could probably do that?
Yeah, the guy that runs out at the beginning.
Puts the mic stand in the middle of it.
Yeah, I could do that. I could totally do that.
Well, there was a guy that came by to sell those drinks.
Hot dogs!
And I had already bought one of those like $30 drinks before we got in there, and then he showed up, and I was like, I do need another one of those.
Yeah,
what I was like, but I could probably do that, but there were a lot of steps. You know what? No, I couldn't do anything in that whole fucking show.
Just then the argument happens, and again, this gets into Bowling for Soupville, and I know I tell you guys all the shit that we say all the time, but it's fun for me because our language is all movies, but he's like, the goat is singing on this album more than I am. And then he goes, you don't need us no more, Dewey. He goes, you just need to open your mind and learn to play the fucking theremin. And we say that shit all the time.
Hello, Jarrett.
Hello, Mr. Dillo.
You ready to sing one?
I'm always ready.
Well, all right. In my dreams, you're blowing me some kisses.
That's one of my favorite things to do.
You and I could go down in history.
That's what I'm praying to do with you. Let's do it in ways that make us feel good. Let's do it and make that sacred sound. Put two and two together, perfect harmony we found. We know it's only natural. Let's do it.
I am going to beat off all my demons.
That's what loving Jesus is all about.
Looking in your eyes, I start believing.
Let's bring this whisper to a shout. Let's do it in ways that make us feel good. Let's do it and make that sacred sound. Put two and two together, perfect harmony we found. We know it's only natural. Let's do it. Mr. Cox?
Yes, Jarrett.
Are you having a good time on this song?
I am. This is not bad. Well, I just want to make out what you're saying.
Read my lips, it's what you're looking for.
Here I am, sneaking up behind you.
You can always come in my back door. Let's do it in ways that make us feel good. Let's do it and make that sacred sound. Put two and two together, perfect harmony we found. We know it's only natural. Of course it's only natural. God knows it's only natural. Let's do That's our best one. That was our best one.
I hate it so much.
You hated it? You hated it?
The lady voice freaked me out.
Oh no!
No, it was
God,
good.
that's 2 weeks in a row. You should have heard my
Goats.
during Chef. No. Wait, what was the one where
Miss
I did?
Doubtfire.
Oh, Mrs.
Oh,
Doubtfire.
I heard it from Corpus or Galveston.
Yeah, I got in trouble on that. Well, I didn't get in trouble. They just all made fun. Yeah. They all made fun of me. Should I not have done the girl voice?
I was just surprised by the girl voice.
That was what made it funny. Don't apologize.
All
for
right.
that. She had every opportunity to be a part
I'm
of
just
it.
your wife, and I don't know if I've never heard your lady singing voice.
Well, I was actually doing an impression of
Hey, ladies!
of Pam. I was doing an impression of Pam.
It was really good.
I think I can clear up this whole Pam confusion.
Oh, that is. What do you say? Pam? Is it Pam? Pam? Is it? It's Pam.
Shut up.
Chat room says Lady Voice was on point. You're right. Yep.
Thank you very much. All right, clip.
Nate! Nate!
This is what I'd look like if I'd grown up into an adult. And perhaps hadn't been murdered or whatever. I just came to tell you, you need to get your shit together.
I know. I've fallen again.
Will you listen to yourself? You keep whining like a little bitch. If I was alive right now, I'd be the fucking president of the United States. I'll be on the moon walking around looking for aliens to kill.
What?
You know why Dad liked me better than you? Because I was better than you. When I played the piano, I was fucking awesome.
Well, you think it's been easy for me? Since you're gone, I got no sense of smell.
Oh, you got no sense of smell? You can't smell it, Nick? You can't smell it, Nick? I got no sense of having legs, Dewey. I had no life. I'm dead because somebody, I'm not gonna point out names right now, decided to murder me with a machete.
Nate?
I can't even smell, touch, feel. I can't even masturbate. You ever tried to jerk off with a ghost hand? Nothing. Just trying to say, you need to fix this shit. You need to get out of that bathtub. You need to start writing songs again.
Well, I don't smoke angel dust no more. Don't be afraid. That's his entrance into going into the interview or whatever.
Jane
He goes,
Lynch,
yeah. He just like, oh, I know what I'll say. I don't smoke angel dust no more. Don't be afraid. So, how great is Jane Lynch?
Really great
in everything she does.
I love her in all the Christopher Guest movies. She's in Best in Show, and
I don't know what it is. I do. I love her. Everything about her makes me fucking uncomfortable. I don't know what it is. And everything from 40-Year-Old Virgin to Glee to freaking I
agree.
What's that? Mrs. Maisel, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Because she's
Everything
kind of
she
a
does,
bully.
she makes me just like,
well, like
her body language like grosses me out, but she's so good. I don't know.
And like the second she's off the screen, you're like, okay.
Yes. She's like an anxiety actress. Like and that's some of my mom shit. Like my mom can't watch Will Ferrell movies.
That fucking 40-year-old virgin character.
Oh, she's such a creep. That's what started my discomfort with her. I think.
That just told you ever hear the term fuck buddy?
Exactly. But it's perfect for what she's supposed to be.
And she delivered. I mean, like nobody else could have done that. You know what I mean? Like you can't really think of another actress because when you look at her, you're sort of on the fence. Like, yeah, she's really pretty. I don't know. Is she a lesbian? I sort of want to fuck her. Maybe I don't. What the fuck is happening in my head right now? That's what happened in the fucking 40-Year-Old Virgin.
There was a split second there where I was looking at something else, and then I couldn't figure out if you were actually asking that. It was your internal monologue, and so
when I look at you, I'm just wanting you to go. Yeah.
I was uncomfortable because I didn't want to have to answer it for you. No, yeah, man. Whatever's going on in your brain is awesome for you.
She just gets past like the first little bit and she just goes, I know what it's like to be on a piece of shit show.
Fucking
and she just, you know, and you know what? We're going to be back or whatever. How are your kids doing?
Well, I'm in a custody battle right now.
You know?
Because I don't think they should be, they're trying to force custody
on me.
I don't think you should have to do that.
If you don't want the responsibility of children, you should be able to walk away from them.
and then she just like, and then how's this thing, and then you know, you ever stop and smell the rose? Well, I got no fucking sense of smell.
She's like, well, that would have been nice.
Yeah,
that would have been important information to have to everybody else.
Do you guys notice that she's from a local Dallas affiliate? I like that. I liked that shout out.
She's an expert in Jane Lynch, not the character, is an expert in that kind of like
doing this thing.
Like she does that in a lot of the movies, and she's, you know, typecast. That's probably
Role
why,
models.
because they want
role models with Paul Rudd and the dude that played Stifler.
It has the best quote in there where she's like, you're over there and you're standing there and I don't know which way is up.
Yes.
That is just the fucking funniest shit.
But she had that like, and don't get me wrong, like that side mouth thing in that movie the whole time. It was really good.
Yeah, that just reminded me about this clip with Jonah Hill right here. You know, he goes, I don't mean to point any names. And so, you know, he was just on a roll and they were like, fuck it, let's just leave it. Like he fucked up. Like, I don't mean to point any names at people, you know? So good, man. And, you know, and this goddamn Judd Apatow. Hey, let's talk about Judd Apatow for just a second. Has anybody taken the time to watch the Gary, even if you don't know who Gary Shandling is, you should watch the documentary on Gary Shandling that he did. So if you're a movie fan, if you're a fan of stuff that's great, you gotta watch it. It's heartbreaking.
We're actually discussing that on Sean and Casey Goes Movies.
Oh, okay. That's what y'all are doing. Okay, cool.
No, Goes Movies. When movies?
Can I call
Sean
in?
Casey went movies.
I'll call in. Hey, baby, it's Mama. I'm no longer smoking acid. Yeah. So then, of course, he confronts his dad. Right, kid's gonna die tonight, and I love this because you've been practicing.
I wish there was a montage of him. Machete.
I didn't know how easy it is. You just like
that guy's voice is crazy.
Oh, he's so good and so perfect. That the casting again. I said this earlier. The casting of this movie is so great because you could just walk to anybody. And be like, look out, man! Look out, man! What the fuck was Elvis talking about?
Have you ever been to Graceland?
I have not. I have done a show in Sunset Studios though.
Sun Studios.
Sun Studios. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Now I've had drinks.
I've been to Graceland.
So when they take you outside and the plane is out there and you get to like look in and it's just so karate Elvis. Because young Elvis didn't have an airplane. No. Old Elvis did have an airplane.
And it was very old, Vegas-y Elvis. Yeah.
And old Elvis who loved Taekwondo and peanut butter and bacon sandwiches or
peanut
whatever
butter
it was.
banana. And by the way, here's the thing. Somebody posted this the other day. Oh, it was my friend Rusty. Shout out to Rusty. It was a hot dog bun with peanut butter on one side, jelly on the other side.
I didn't know this was a real person. I thought it was something you just like stumbled upon on the internet.
And it was a fucking banana in there instead of a wiener. Who wouldn't eat that?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Because he's like vegan, right? Or did he put that?
He's vegan. He goes, shout out to the vegans over there.
Dad?
Yes. What is it, son?
I was just wondering if you want to have a catch.
A catch? Son, there is nothing in this world I want more than to have a catch with you. So forgive me. This is going to sound strange, but what is your name again?
I'm Dewey Jr., but my friends call me Dewdrop.
Well, it's nice to formally meet you, Dewdrop. So, this is catch. This is what I've been missing out on all them years on the road, huh? I like it, it's wonderful. You throw it to me, I throw it back to you. It's so simple, and yet so powerful. Boy, you're really terrible at this game.
Well, I mean, you never really played with me before. How am I supposed to learn? Boy needs a dad.
Yes, he does. Well, I reckon we got some lost time to make up, you and me. And all your brothers and sisters, too. How many of you are there now?
22 brothers and sisters, and also 14 half-brothers and half-sisters.
Holy shit.
just the fucking math of that is just so insane, And then and apparently him and Pam had a kid too, because she's there for Duwena's birthday.
They could have several because he has 22 brothers and sisters and then 14 half brothers and sisters.
I know, but I'm pretty sure the 14 half brothers and sisters
randos.
Randos. Jesus Christ. I mean, one of them is like Dewey Ishmeer or some shit, right? Like, what did he call him?
Dewey like Amal or something?
Yeah, that's right, Dewey Amal.
Where are you trying to go with it?
No, that was his grandson.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because it does a deal where it converts to grandkids with a baseball glove. It like goes from kids. Because the kids stay the same age and he gets older. Did you guys notice that? Yeah.
All right.
I was like, no, I'm not joking. The kids all stay
that's
13,
what I love about
14.
grandkid.
Yeah. She goes, it's Duwena's birthday. I brought her a present. and it's like this big box. It's a bracelet.
I just like that one kid that's like, I don't know, it looks like he's like Filipino-y, and he's just like, you sure you're one of mine? Just like, he looks older, like he's like 25.
I smelt it. I can smell again.
Smell that shit, baby.
I smell horse shit. It's horrible.
Smell that. Oh, it's so funny. Well, then Lil Nutsack has a hit with Walk Hard. And his manager says, Cox and Lil Nutsack, what a package. That's a funny fucking line.
It's really
that I feel like probably doesn't get talked about enough.
It surprised me that they didn't do more Cox jokes throughout the course of the movie. A few, but it felt to me like it was going to be,
Why
a bunch
talk
of
about
cocks slapped in my face, which usually I'm into.
One thing that's cool about the fact that Jarrett and I watch all these things with the closed captioning on is like, I know how to spell Little Nutsack. Like it's Z's, like N-U-T-Z-Z-A.
It's Lil.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Lil.
L-I-L.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that's implied, but
Gonna fuck your shit.
Not in my generation.
Gonna fuck your shit
hard. It's so ridiculous. Now they're going to give him the Lifetime Achievement Award. Nobody knows who's giving him the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Somebody.
He's just
They.
getting they.
Music.
It's like a Good Charlotte song. They.
which this really was like a Johnny Cash thing. Like this happened, like this whole thing where he came out and they gave him the thing. They had a whole show about it.
And he died?
Everybody played his songs. No, he was alive for it.
Oh, I know, but then did he die? Because this guy died.
Yeah, he's not alive
He did
anymore.
eventually die.
Yeah, he's dead.
Well, nobody told me that before this
This
movie.
just it.
Yeah, it might have been good to know that before the show. Before this whole thing happened.
I will give you 3 choices, and you have to tell me which you think is my favorite of these 3 people.
Oh, Jewel, I Love It, or Jackson Brown?
Sure.
What about Ghostface Killer?
I do
think
love some Wu-Tang
I
Clan.
think I know who it is. It's
Okay.
Jackson Brown.
Jewel, for sure.
Oh, then is it Lyle Lovett?
Lyle Lovett, absolutely. First
Interesting.
of all, dude went to Texas A&M University, where I went to college.
Okay.
For
Person.
a very
Friend of mine.
Wait.
brief amount of time.
I thought you went to Cornell.
Second of all,
Yeah.
no,
He
Andy.
married Julia Roberts.
Married Julia Roberts, looking like that. He's every man's hero for that. And third of all, music is fucking phenomenal. If you haven't looked into Lyle Lovett, let me just tell you, the guy is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Is he still married to Julia Roberts?
No,
he is not.
They were married for like a minute and a half.
But he's got this country vibe.
She's married to like some construction worker or whatever.
Yeah, Jeff Roberts is his name.
What?
He took her name.
Oh, he did. He took
it's
what?
Jeff.
Why are y'all laughing?
Because that's his like go-to name, like Jeff Cheese.
It's fine.
Roadhouse.
Do you know there's been a guest on the show who's like really good friends with Lyle Lovett?
Is it the drummer from Salt and Peppa?
Is it David Dooley?
No. Like texting, like they hang out.
Chris Cranfield.
Nope.
It's somebody you know.
It was
Brought on James.
It was the first. It was the first guest I brought on.
Chris Jacobs.
No.
Oh, the motorcycle guy?
Yeah, Blake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that guy was cool.
I like Blake.
Yeah.
Yeah. He and I text every once in a while. I'm friends with him too.
Brag about it.
Personal friend of mine.
Tell him to get you in a group thread.
with Lyle Lovett. How do they know one another?
Because he knows Loretta Lynn. He goes to her house like once a year to perform, and Lyle's
Well,
always
that's
there.
a bigger deal than Lyle Lovett.
Why does Blake go there to perform? To perform what?
His music.
Blake Shelton.
Yeah, remember? He's
in a band.
I know, but he goes there to perform his music for her?
For her, because she's also a big motocross fan. So
okay.
The
That
two
makes
kind of,
sense.
yeah. So she puts on this huge concert and he plays there, and
Well, of
Lyle's
course.
there.
Oh, okay. Now that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what they say about Loretta Lynn and motocross? You've heard that old joke. Everybody's heard it before. We don't even have to talk about
No,
it.
actually, I'd like to hear it.
No, it's look.
You know
it's,
what?
Yeah.
It's
He's
a
right.
whole thing.
He's right.
Everybody.
For the audio
No,
listeners.
The whole audience knows. I mean, you just
It's
you
just
know,
been pounded into the
yeah,
ground
So it's not even
over
worth
and
it.
over again.
But
and we're sick of it. We're sick of that old.
We don't even want to talk about it
No,
anymore.
and
We
in
don't
fact-
want to have to explain it to
No,
anybody.
here's the thing. I don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it.
Yeah?
We're not talking about it right now.
No, we're not. Just
Not talking about
going
it.
to the next
Guess
thing.
we'll never
Here's
know.
us not talking about that.
Clip.
No.
Oh, sorry. I don't know.
One of my favorite lines of the movie is such a minor line. I don't guess it's a minor line, but it's like at a point where you don't feel like they have any home runs left, you know? Because you're obviously coming to the climax of the movie, and Dewey's walking through the hall at the Lifetime Achievement, and there's just these two girls, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing afterwards?" You know, yada. He's like, "Oh, you know what? Well, I'm going to the hotel with my family." And then he walks, and she goes, "He is so cute. He fucked my grandma." It's so fucking great. What a great fucking line, and funny and comedy.
Then he's fighting the Temptations. And then the Temptations.
He just like, I don't want to give in to Temptations.
My girl.
Hey, the Temptations. Well, because he walks in, he just goes, "It's medication for erectile dysfunction. It gives you a boner." And then he goes over the whole commercial, like, you know, not approved, but if it lasts more than 4 hours, call more women.
Call more ladies.
Call more ladies. That's what it was. You're right. That's the one.
Roadhouse. Mr. Cox? I don't want to rush him, but he goes on in a minute. Shh.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to introduce, for the first time on stage in 25 years, performing his final masterpiece that will sum up his entire life.
Mr. Cox?
The one, the only.
I'm ready.
Mr. Dewey Cox.
Thank you very much for that, ladies and gentlemen. You'll forgive me if I'm a bit rusty. This is the first song I've written in a very long time. I hope you enjoy it. Now that I have lived a lifetime's worth of days, finally I see the folly of my ways. So listen when I sing of the temptations of this world, fancy cars and needles, whiskey, flesh, and pearls. And then in the end, it's family and friends, loving yourself, but not only yourself. It's about the good walk and the hard walk, and the young girls you made cry. It's about make a little music every day till you die. It's a beautiful ride. A beautiful ride. As I stand on the precipice of death, my perspective is enormous. Every leaf, every cloud, I see the hands which have formed us. And some days all you got is a nighttime graveyard walk, and you whistle some sweet melody to the ghost down at the dark, singing to your hand. Lead the marching band. Don't you let them fade your colors gray. 'Cause when all is said and done, when youth is spent and burned, you'll see that it's all about music, flowers, babies, sharing the good times, traveling not just for business, accepting your mortality. This is finally what I've loved. And then in the end, it's family and friends, loving yourself, but not only yourself. It's about the good walk and the hard walk, and the young girls you've made cry. It's about Make a little music every day till you die. It's a beautiful ride. Beautiful ride. Beautiful, beautiful ride. Beautiful ride.
This is the longest clip of all time. This is why we don't want to make clips longer.
And this is why I just stepped out for a second.
Yeah, I got to pee so bad.
Because this one's 5.5 minutes long.
How did we know that? Did you know?
Yeah, I watched it
Is
earlier.
it still going to just keep going?
No, this is close to the end of it.
Oh. Well, that's fine.
And the penis is going to get us kicked off Facebook, so that's cool.
Was there a penis on there?
Full on, just dick.
Well, that's the end of that deal.
Oh, well.
That's the end of this one living on
By
Facebook.
Facebook.
And that's probably going to get us flagged. We're probably just off Facebook forever now.
I will say that, well, no, because Sean showed a penis one time, and we're fine.
Sean, you showed your penis? What happened?
We showed China's genitals.
No, y'all had the sharing of the...
Yeah, you
was like a
guys did a
Franken dick.
thing where there was a dick.
Yeah, but we're still here.
I will say this, though, besides the 5.5 minute clip with the dick in it.
Oh, I thought you were going 5.5 inch. Sorry, I just didn't.
Besides the 5.5 minute clip with the dick in it, he did pretty good with the clips. This one.
He did a great job with the clips. I even told him. I was proud of him. And then I wanted to add 2, and he added neither of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what? Papa don't preach. He knows what the fuck he's doing.
Madonna or Kelly Osbourne?
Either one.
Got it.
It's fine. Guys, what a fucking great movie. I do want to give a shout out. You guys, I never say Mike Viola enough. I know. You guys know that I fucking hate Mike Viola. The singer of That Thing You Do, and like maybe my favorite voice in the history of the world. He and Dan Byrne wrote most of the songs on this thing. Honorable mention goes to Charlie Whittams for Let's Duet, which we just did.
We sang that.
We did. I guess the boys are home. I just heard that. Jesus Christ. Sounds
Did we
like
feed them?
No, I think they just feed themselves. I'm not sure what happened. Hey, by the way, John C. Reilly actually sang all of his stuff and played guitar on most of it. And gosh, he was great. He actually has a really, it's like Adam Sandler. Like that guy, that dude could have actually been a singer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, John C. Reilly's done a lot of musical stuff, and
yeah,
he's
really
legit.
good.
He's a real.
I like it.
He's
So
a
you
real
liked
dude.
the movie?
I loved it. We didn't get to it earlier. When this came out, I watched maybe the first 30 minutes of it. Didn't get through the rest. Got interrupted. Whatever. Never went back and revisited it. And Kelsey and I watched it the other night and, and spent plenty of time looking at each other and laughing. And,
Yeah, did she like it?
Yeah, she thought it was funny.
That's
and
funny.
when we weren't sure we were going to have a live stream tonight, she was like, that's a bummer because that was a pretty funny movie. I'd like to hear you
Right.
guys talk about it.
Yeah.
Which is a first for her.
That is first.
To
So
be
that's good.
interested in it.
Right.
Also, just before we kind of close the whole thing up, Robert Prosky, still dead as of 2008. So.
Is that Christopher Cross?
No, Robert Prosky, the guy from Mrs. Doubtfire, I do believe.
He
Still
was
dead.
He was the station manager at the TV station.
Yeah, still dead. You don't remember that whole thing.
If you ever need a guy just standing around, hire Robert Prosky.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Just
so.
And he's dead.
R.I.P. Still.
So we can't have that guy anymore?
Yeah, for the last 11 years, we cannot have him on the podcast.
Right. Well, that's a shame.
Ah, well.
That's a goddamn shame, Eric.
Yeah, well.
This has been a fun one, right?
Yes, I agree with you.
I'm glad we're back.
I liked our guests this time. Usually I don't like them. But
yeah.
Just
you know what? We're going to be back here. If you're still, is there anybody even on the Facebook right now?
Come on.
Come on, people now.
8.
Yeah,
eyeballs.
fuck you guys. You guys know where we're at.
A lot of them are us.
Huh? Oh, they're all us,
Yeah,
right?
I'm one of them.
I'm one of
Oh,
them.
Jesus
They're all my
Christ.
fans.
Yeah. Lucy, thank you for drawing our 8 people. Man, this has been fun. I love this movie so much. And, excuse me, this is a movie that Casey and I, again, quote back and forth to one another all the time. And I don't know how my dreams came true, and I found a girl that thinks funny movies are funny, but I'm super lucky. And I'm really awesome when I'm sick.
You make my dreams
I love you so much, Case. Lucy, thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you had fun.
I did.
John
Elmer.
No, it's Elmer.
I know. I feel so bad about it.
I said that on the text thread earlier today. It's like, make sure you call him Elmer.
Oh, and you know what? I didn't realize that it was wrong. I just was looking at it incorrectly.
I spelled it out as Eimer to Sean.
Here's the thing. A huge shout out to Sean316. Everybody give him an applause. No, I'm being serious about this. He had to come here really early today to fix this goddamn fucking $6,000 computer. I think they're great. Do you like it?
Yeah, all right.
Why are you saying, yeah, it's all right? It's a fucking really expensive chair.
Is it an Aeron?
Yeah.
I know my chairs. Yeah. So, whatever.
It's nice.
You fucking hate everything. Just bring your own chair from now on.
BYOC.
Bach.
Yuck.
Anyway.
Thank you. That's that politician.
By the way, Sean, everybody, if you follow me on the internet, you know I blew my knees out, and I'm having a hard time with steps and things like that.
So I carried him around.
No.
Like a little
Who are you?
Yoda backpack.
Who are you, the Incredible Hulk? Nobody's carrying me anywhere.
He walked hard.
No, it's like an Austin Powers where Mini-Me's on the back.
But he changed the battery in one of my smoke detectors today.
What else?
And he...
Did y'all do the water cooler thing?
He set up the water cooler today. Yeah. So thanks, Sean. Thank you to everybody who has been listening. We love you guys. More importantly, thank you for sharing. All you have to do to hear your name on the thing is just share our shit. You know? Tess Green, Joey Bishop, Chris Pulse, Woody Chambers, Colin Blow Band, Justin McGill, Simon Rogers, Amy Pittsinger, there she is, Katie Braley, Collateral Cinema, Jesus Christ, Collateral Cinema Movie Podcast, Stuart May, and John Gickler, the Gick, the only man who has ever said that he did not want a nickname from me. We don't have any mail. Send us a Facebook.
Well, there was one message, but
why was
Let's check the email.
No, there's not. It's not.
I'm just kidding. So, yeah. So, I can't believe that got a laugh. I'm going to end on that. Guys, hey, we'll see you down the road.